2024 is almost at an end. Where I am, it's the week before the Christmas holidays kick off for most people. So a lot of people are winding down for this year, sorting everything out and preparing to start 2025 as well as they possibly can. And that means holiday season is upon us, and we're going to be spending time with friends and family, maybe exchanging gifts and so on, eating too much food and hopefully playing a lot of guitar in the downtime as well. But what I wanted to do with this video is just take a tiny look back at 2024 and at the one item that's really surprised me this year has become essential to my guitar-based setup, and I think that it's going to be one that could be essential for any of you watching this video as well. It's been a fantastic piece of gear in 2024. It's going to be even more relevant, I think, for many players in 2025, and it's rather affordable as well. Place your guesses down there as to what it's going to be, but before I reveal it, let me just tell you that this is a totally unsponsored video. I purchased the piece of gear in question with my own money and was blown away by how good it is, especially for the price, and well, how often I've used it and in how many different situations I've used it in that time. Now, if you know my channel, you'll know that I do buy a lot of gear, and I've seen a lot of gear this year. So what could it be? Could it be an amp? Could it be a pedal? Could it be a guitar? Could it be something else? Well, I'm about to reveal it to you now, but let me just preface the big reveal by saying that I don't necessarily equate most essential piece of gear with best piece of gear, although in many ways it is the best piece of gear because I'm making this video about it and because I've used it more than I think any other piece of gear this year. But best for me refers to kind of quality. This is not the highest quality guitar that I've played, nor is it the most boutique amp or pedal or anything like that. It is in fact the very affordable, very small ToneX One by IK Multimedia. Probably not a massive surprise to a lot of you watching this who know my channel, but there you go. But the ToneX One has really revolutionized the guitar world, I think, for a lot of players this year, and it will as we go on and as more and more options become available with this unit. So for those of you who might not be in the know, this is a piece of modeling technology. It allows you to load in models of amplifiers, of amps and cabs, of pedals as well, and it has a bunch of different effects in it too now, thanks to a free recent update that gives you delays, reverbs, modulations and more. And it's an all-in-one little box. It can do so many different things. And well, what I'm going to do now is just give you a few reasons why I think this is 2024's most essential piece of guitar gear. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let me know what you think your best piece of gear this year is, or what your most essential piece of gear is. But here are the reasons why I think anyone watching this who doesn't have a ToneX One, or who's never given one at least a test, should give it one at their earliest convenience. First, it's the price. Currently, mid-late December 2024, this is 149 euros in Europe and about 170, $180 in North America. So it's very much in the world of affordable gear. It's been even cheaper for Black Friday and so on a few weeks ago. It's been a little bit more expensive at certain other points, but it's never been more than $200. So it's very much an affordable piece of guitar gear that pretty much is not going to price anybody out in terms of budget. And the next thing is the sounds and the feel of this thing. It has some brilliant tones in it, and it's the first piece of modeling gear that I've personally ever used that convinces me in terms of its playing feel. It really does feel good to play. It feels direct and dynamic, and it just works well under my fingers. It's a really nice sounding and feeling unit. And in terms of the tones, well, you've got a smorgasbord of different guitar and bass tones available with the ToneX One. You do have to use the ToneNet software to take advantage of all the different tones and captures and features available with this unit, but go online, download some of the amazing free captures from the likes of the Studio Rats or Amalgam Audio and so on, and there are some amazing tones in this unit. So it's a great sounding thing. And as time goes by, more and more amps and cabs and pedals are being added to the ToneNet software, to the ecosystem, so there are only going to be more great tones added to this device over the years. And IK Multimedia also works with a lot of big companies already to make signature amp packs and stuff like that. So many tones are already in this unit, but in 2025 and beyond, there are going to be even more. So fantastic in that department as well. I also find the ToneX One to be very intuitive and simple to use in terms of the hardware itself. The software is a different story. That's a bit unintuitive, but this little unit has all of the controls that you'll need for all of the main control functions. Even though you've got double knobs, this only took me 5 minutes to get the hang of. So that's really cool as well. Like I said, the software is a bit more difficult, but that's another story that I'll talk about in a minute. The ToneX One is also super versatile, and you can use it in so many different musical, creative situations. And I'm willing to bet that anyone watching this video could instantly put the ToneX One to use in at least 3 or 4 different situations within 5 minutes. So because of the tiny form factor as well, you can take it with you anywhere. It'll fit in a gig bag. It'll even fit in your jacket pocket, which can make it a great backup for gigs as well. If you've got a full-size tube amp head that you're still taking to gigs, for example, well, you could get a similar capture placed onto the ToneX One, or you could even capture your amp itself and have that within the ToneX One, and just have this on standby in case there's an issue with the tubes or with the amp or something else during the gig. You can plug this straight into the PA and on you go. It's going to save your bacon in that situation. On the other end of the scale, I've used this a lot as kind of a fun practice inspirational tool when I've been on business trips or vacations or something like that. All you need is a guitar, a lead, and some headphones, as well as power for this, of course. You plug your guitar into the input, stereo TRS out to your headphones as well. You can power this via a standard 9-volt power supply or by the USB-C output on it as well, and it just works and it sounds great straight away for that. So it's a fantastic practice tool too, and this USB-C out can also be used to connect it to your recording software, to your computer, so it's a great audio interface as well. So it really does work for a lot of different things, and it has a tuner built in too, which I think is a great thing as well. And you can also use the ToneX One as an overdrive pedal as well, so that means that you can have up to 20 different drive pedals in this, different fuzzes, different boosts, different distortions, different overdrives. Load them into this, have this on a pedal board running into a standard amp or into another ToneX One as your amp, and well, you've got loads of different options in that regard as well. So it can do so many different things, and all that makes the ToneX One a really, really musically inspirational and creative device for me. I've used it in so many different situations. It's caused me to play so much more music this year, and I think that can only be a good thing. I've made a few other videos with it already where you can see me testing it out against my favorite analog overdrive pedals or against my standard Hughes & Kettner Black Spirit 200 amp and pedal setup, for example, and it holds its own really well. There's a bunch of other fantastic videos, of course, about this pedal, so check them out elsewhere on YouTube. I'll maybe link to a couple of my favorites that inspired me to buy this pedal down there in the comments. But for all of those reasons, I really do think the ToneX One takes its rightful place as 2024's most essential piece of guitar and bass gear. You can do so much with it. It performs really well at pretty much everything, and it's priced so attractively. I really think it's worth everyone's time to at least explore this device. But let me know your thoughts and comments down there, as I'm always interested to hear what you guys think, your stories of using the ToneX One, and whether or not you think it's really as essential as I do. Now, of course, there are a couple of things with it that are not perfect. The software is very clunky, the UI is not intuitive at all really, and it does take a few hours of really getting into it until you understand it. Once you understand it, it's good, but there is a bit of banging your head against the wall until you work that out. There's no effects loop or anything like that either, and of course you have fewer options on the pedal itself than you do on the larger ToneX, and that means that there is a bit of the reliance on the software too. So if you're not really a software person, well, you can plug this in for a few minutes, download your 20 favorite sounds, and then you're good to go, like I am most of the time. But just be aware that if you buy the ToneX One, you are going to be connecting it to a computer to use the software at some points. But everything else about this unit is fantastic. I'm a huge fan. Like I said, watch the other videos that I've made with this pedal, watch everybody else's, see if it could be something to add to your rig in 2025 to improve your tones, to improve your playing experience, to improve your creativity, to improve your fun when playing guitar, because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do. We want to make music and have fun. That's been it for this video though. Hope you've enjoyed it. Leave me a like and a sub and all that stuff if you'd like to, because that really does help. But I've been Rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.